Guys, so today I'm going to be doing a witch inspired nail set. I went ahead and put some like stiletto shaped tips in my practice hand, and now I'm going to be taking my black and white from Model Ones, this dark purple from Savvyland, and this lighter purple from Nail Reserve, and I'm going to place them out onto my palette right next to each other because I'm going to be doing some marble. Here I am applying my primer to chemically etch the tips because recently I've been having issues with my gel polish properly adhering to my nail tips, so I am chemically etching it to make sure that it sticks on to the nail tips a bit better. And now for the marbling, I'm just scooping some of the gel polish onto this flat nail art brush that I have and just kind of applying that to the nail and spreading it out a little bit. I didn't go in with any blooming gel. I didn't want to use that for this design, because the blooming gel kind of makes the marble spread out a bit more, and I didn't really want that kind of look for this. So I just keep scooping up little bits of the gel polish and applying it on and swirling it together, but I don't swirl it too much because I don't want it to mix and create one color. I want to be able to see all of the colors, and if I feel like there's not enough of a certain color, then I will scoop up some more and place that on to the nail and kind of swirl it around to get it in there. So, like I said, I am doing a witch inspired set. Instead of doing like your typical witch's hat, broom, black cat, cauldron, that type of witch, I wanted to do something more like realistic type of witch. I thought it would be cool to go a different route with it instead of doing your typical witch that you see every year. I also drew out this nail design. I typically don't draw out my nail designs, but I am planning on uploading every single day here in October, and I felt like it would be a whole lot easier if I drew out my designs instead of trying to figure them out as I went. So I will pop up a picture of the drawing that I drew so you can kind of see where I'm trying to go with this design. Also, it'll be fun to compare my drawing compared to what I actually ended up doing. And after I get the marble on and how I want it, I take my little flash cure light and just flash cure it real quick to hold it in place while I move on to the next nail. And then once I get the marble on all of the nails, then I put the my practice hand into my big lamp for 60 seconds to fully cure everything. So here I'm just showing you how I scoop up the gel polish. I just go in and scoop up whatever colors I feel like I need at the moment and just kind of place those down onto the nail wherever I see fit. So today is day 1 of me posting every day in October. I did something like this last year where I did one design on one nail every day of October, and I posted them as reels on my Instagram. But this year I wanted to be a little extra and do full 5-finger nail sets. That was a lot of work last year, even just doing one nail every day. So I know doing full sets this year is going to be even more work, but I'm super excited. I really love Halloween, and I have so many ideas for different nail sets, and I just want to share them with everyone and give everyone some ideas for different Halloween sets they could do, different sets that might fit in with whatever you're dressing up with as for Halloween. And if you've watched my videos long enough, then you know that I wear the sets that I do on myself for a few weeks, anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. It just depends. I don't do like other nail content creators where they do the pop-off method and all that. That just is too much for me, and I don't want to have to be popping off my sets all the time. I really like to wear my nails and have them for a while. So because of that, I am going to be doing majority of these Halloween sets either here on my practice hand or just as like press-ons. There will be a few that I do on myself, but for the most part, they're all going to be on like my practice hand or just as like press-on sets. So after I got the marble done, I felt like I wanted to add a little bit of glitter. So I'm taking this reflective glitter polish, and I'm doing kind of like the if you remember several years ago, the dry brush technique with like regular nail polish, where you wipe off majority of the polish off of the brush and just have very little amount left on the brush and polish that onto the nail. I'm doing that because I don't want a lot of glitter. I just want a little bit of glitter to add a little bit of sparkle to the nail. And after I get that on, I go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. So now I'm going to be taking some of these moon and star charms that I have, and I'm just going to apply them to the pinky and the thumbnail. This rhinestone glue that I have, it does come in a no wipe version along with a wipe off version. So this one that I am currently using right now is the wipe off version, so it does leave that sticky layer, but I am going to be going over with a top coat, so that doesn't really matter in my case. But if you were to use this, just know that it does leave a sticky layer. But there is a version of this same brand of top coat that is a no wipe, and it does not leave a sticky layer. Now, when it comes to these little gold charms that I'm using, I personally, if I was doing this on myself, I would have put these down first and then went in and encapsulated them, just so they weren't sticking up off of the nail and they were kind of inside of the nail. I also would have done my marbling first and then encapsulated all of the marbling, and then go in on top with the nail art that I'm gonna do in a little bit. But because I'm doing this on my practice hand, I really didn't feel like encapsulating everything and having to go in and file it all. So I'm kind of taking like the shortcut route to this. But like I said, if I was doing it all myself, I would encapsulate everything. So today marks 1 year of me being on YouTube. I have been wanting to create a YouTube channel to share my nail art for a really long time, and finally last year I just went for it and started my channel. And I am so glad that I did that. And I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who is subscribed and who watches my videos and leaves likes and comments. I really appreciate you guys. So, like I said, for the nail art, I am just going in and drawing some witchy symbols. I did go on Pinterest to look up like witchy nail art, and a lot of it was just a bunch of different types of symbols. So then I did go and look up like which symbols to see like which kind of symbols I would want on the nails. So for this nail, I am doing a pentacle, and a lot of people typically relate this and call this a pentagram and relate it to like Satanism and the devil. But a pentacle is a pentagram in a circle. That's why it's called a pentacle. And it usually represents like unity or cycles, this says. Whereas a pentagram, it comes from the Greek words penta, which means 5, and grammon, which means line. So basically, it's just lines that come to 5 points. And the pentagram, the points usually mean like the 5 elements, and the upright pentagram represents protection, whereas an inverted pentagram does represent Satanism. And for the pentacle, it's the 5 elements with the points, and then the circle represents balance and harmony. And if you invert it, then it does represent Satanism. After I get it drawn on, I do take my little flash cure light and I hold it over for a full 60 seconds. It doesn't have a timer or anything, so I did have to count out those 60 seconds. I just thought it'd be easier to cure it like this instead of sticking it into my lamp and then pulling it back out. But after I cured it, I did go in with the gold chrome powder and rub that on with this little like sponge applicator thing. So if you are going to be doing chrome powder, it is best if you put down a matte top coat and then lightly buff that, so that way the chrome doesn't stick to the surrounding areas and you don't have to worry about doing any cleanup or anything, and your lines will be nice and crisp with that chrome. I forgot to do that on this set, and you're gonna see, especially on these next 2 nails that I'm doing, that the chrome went like stuck to just about everything, and I did try to go in and clean it up, but it didn't really work and it was very unreadable at the end. So this symbol here is called the triple moon. It's a symbol of the goddess. It says the maiden, mother, and crone are depicted as a lunar cycle. Now, all the pictures that I see of this symbol, it is horizontal, so the like crescent moons are on the left and right side of that like full moon. But because nails are skinny and they don't leave very much space on the sides, I did flip it, so I don't know if that would be a different symbol or not. I tried to look it up but couldn't find anything. If anybody is into all of this like witchy stuff, feel free to correct me in the comments or add any more information, because I could be completely wrong or not getting all of the correct information. Really, all I did when I was looking at these symbols, I was just trying to figure out like which ones I liked and like which ones I thought would look good together on a nail set. I wasn't really worried too much about what they meant or like those meanings behind these symbols, but I do know like some people are really into this and they have more knowledge on it and know like what all these symbols mean and everything. So, like I said, if you are knowledgeable in this and this is like your area of expertise, please just leave some information down in the comments for me to see, or for anybody else who is interested in this kind of stuff. So, like I said, if you're doing chrome, you want to put the matte top coat and then buff it out a little bit. That way the chrome doesn't stick to everything behind. Like you can see here, I'm trying to wipe off the excess chrome powder, but it's not really coming off because it's stuck to that marble on the background. I did try to go in later with a brush and some alcohol to try and clean it up a little bit, but it didn't really work out all that great. On this nail, I am just drawing like an eyeball. I tried to see if there was any kind of like witchy meaning for the eyeball, but nothing really came up. There was something about like the evil eye and like the different colors and what they mean. I think eyes typically represent like protection and stuff like that. Like that's kind of what the different colors of the evil eyes were saying. It was like protection against different kinds of stuff. I don't know if this has like the same meaning as it, because it's just a normal eyeball. It doesn't have like any of the colors that the evil eyes will have. So it's just an eyeball, and then I drew some lines from the top and bottom of it, again just to fill in some of that space. And once everything is done, I go in with my top coat. I am using a top coat that I have dedicated to my glitters and chromes, since I am going to be top coating these chrome nails. And I just go over everything, including those little metal charms. If you do have those metal charms on your nails, you do want to make sure you either encapsulate them or top coat them. Otherwise, they will tarnish and start changing colors as you wear them from, showering and washing your hands and everything. And then after getting the top coat on, I do cure for 60 seconds. And this is how they came out, and I was not happy with them at all. I didn't really like how my marble was. I also didn't like the chrome designs on the nails. I felt like because the chrome stuck to the background, they became very unreadable. So I did end up redoing them, and I redid them a little bit differently. For my marble, I am using my black, a jelly purple, and I'm going to be mixing in the clear iridescent and the purple iridescent flakies here into a clear gel polish. I mixed it in with my top coat, and instead of scooping all the colors up together, I just glob on whatever color I want in one spot and kind of spread it out and then blend them into each other. I don't do a whole lot of mixing, again, because I want to be able to see all of the different colors, but I do blend them a little bit where they meet. That way it's not just like a solid line separating the two colors. It is blended and a little marbled, but not as marbled as the other set that I did. Also, if you are going to marble how I did here, I recommend encapsulating it, because those little flaky pieces do kind of stick out, and it kind of makes it hard when you go over top with any nail art. So I would recommend encapsulating it all, but like I said earlier in the video, because it's the practice hand, I just didn't feel like encapsulating it and then having to file it and everything. So I didn't do that, and some of those flakies are sticking out from the nail. And this time I did go in with my matte top coat and applied that to all the nails, cured it for 60 seconds, and then buffed it out before going in and doing the designs again with the chrome. And I didn't show me painting those designs on again because you already saw me doing it, and I do the same exact symbols. I just didn't feel like it was necessary to show me doing it again, since you have already seen me do it once. So after I got all the chrome and symbols and all the little charms on, I'm just going in with my top coat again and top coating everything, and then I cure for a full 60 seconds. And this is how they came out the second time, and I am so much happier with them the second time around. I feel like they came out way better than they did the first time. I definitely feel like the jelly purple, as opposed to the solid opaque purple, looks a whole lot better for this type of set, along with the little iridescent flakies. I feel like really make it have that super witchy feel. And as you can see here on the chrome, there's not chrome sticking everywhere to the background, so you can see the symbols a lot more clear. And here they are compared to that first one, so you can really see the difference between the first time I did it and the second time I did it. Looking at it now, I feel like the marble wasn't really all that bad. Like, it could have worked. I think what really bothered me the most was the chrome and how it stuck to the marble and just made it all unreadable. But I will say I do prefer the second marble that I did with the jelly purple and the clear iridescent flakies. I just feel like it's more witchy that way. So obviously, if you do this set on yourself, you can do the marble either way, either the first way that I did it or the second way that I did it. You can also use whatever colors you feel like doing. I just personally prefer how I did it the second time. I feel like it came out a whole lot better and looks better in my opinion, but what I like may be different than what you like. So, you know, do your nails however it is you want to do your nails. Overall, I am super happy with how these turned out, and I really like how I didn't go the traditional witch route with these nails. I think it's really different, and I kind of like this type of witchy vibes more. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.